How's everybody doing this evening? This is Ultra Maximus here. Thank you for joining into the live stream that is the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser, produced by Ultra Maximus. And we are very appreciative because of a lot of the follows that have happened in the last week has been tremendous. You guys are fantastic, but I want to give a couple shout outs real quick. First off and foremost, thanks to Mr. Eric Hurd. Shout out to Hurd S. Eric on IG for the wonderful logo you're looking at right there on your screen. And then, of course, got to give a fellow, shout out to the boys over at Drunken Chat and everybody else on the Drunken Chat squad. Of course, that includes Lucas, Mel, and then, of course, everybody else we got showing up on there right now. And don't forget to tune into that. It's going to be 12:30 a.m., 9:30 Pacific, Friday nights. Make sure you subscribe to that one. Of course, the other guys on their way to 1,000 themselves is the Spine Ticks crew. Make sure you're subscribed over to them. And then, of course, if you guys haven't seen the nice house on the lake #1 from Wanted Comics, well, you're clearly missing out. And now, also featuring a wonderful, wonderful spot here from Comic Barricade. Make sure you are using Comic Barricade for all of your comic needs. And of course, if you are snazzy, you can use the code ULTRA for 10% off. So, our soundtrack, of course, is provided by White Bat Audio, which is royalty-free, no copyright music. And I, again, am your humble host, Ultra Maximus. You can find me at this following YouTube subscription request, Ultra Space Maximus. You guys took me from 600 to 700 subs in under a week. So I really want to thank you for that, because this is how we're going to give away the Ultra Box as we approach that 1,000 subscribers. And being a man of your word is very, very important. But you know what? Super Chats aren't active. However, once we hit that 1,000, that's when they're going to be active. But you know what? If in the meantime, if you felt the need to want to tip me, well, paypal.me/ultramaximus if you really, really felt the need to do so. You can, of course, find me on Facebook, IG, and Twitter. And this is, of course, the June 9th, 2021. Nope, actually, that's the wrong date. See, I forgot to delete that. I forgot to delete one slide. Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser for June 16, 2021. And our top story is Loki's episode 2 and the words that came out of his mouth. How he enjoys being right. You know what? At some point in life, some of us do get to a point where we also enjoy being right. And I'm at the point right now where I want to kick the animals right out of the office because they're both going nuts in here. And yeah, you gotta go, dog. Trying to tell a 100-pound German Shepherd that he's not supposed to be barking at or crying at chasing a cat. And is chasing cats underneath furniture in my office now, and now he's firmly parked himself. So anyway, we're in this one tonight, everybody. I again appreciate y'all being here in the live chat and joining on the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser here. And hey, Azores, man, no plug, man. You guys, genuine content, man. Appreciate you, and again, everybody else. So let's get into this. I enjoy being right. Do you guys know what that means? It means there's gonna be some spoilers ahead. And of course, if you stayed tuned after the last episode, you heard me make some assumptions and some speculatory remarks. Now, if you guys have all watched Loki episode 2, it should be basically fresh on your mind. All those charges, and we saw what happened. All those charges caused a whole lot of problems for the TVA. And so here's where it gets interesting. Ultra called this one. And I know there's going to be some people who are going to be like, what do you mean you called it, bro? I mean, it's obvious, right? I don't know about obvious, but we kind of suspected this was happening. Say hello, everybody. And just remember, it's not about you. Her exact words right before she stepped into the time door, which, of course, shortly thereafter, our buddy Loki also passed through the time door. So he followed her. And I believe the scenes that we get to see of the next episode are of the two of them together. So we'll see how that pans out. So wow, Loki continues to impress. Such a good delivery. But let's talk about some books this week. So this week, as I eject somebody from the office because he's crying over trying to get to a cat, and I ain't having that. Anyway, the book of the week, honorable mention, I got to give it to the one per store. So not only was there a frenzy on the 1 in 100 incentive by Jenny Frisian, the one per store was seeing some equal amounts. But you know what? It's really, really hard to dethrone a 1 in 500 on popularity on release day, especially when the 1 in 500 contains the first appearance of a new major character holding a mantle. We're going to talk about that. So everybody, let's kick this one off. Of course, I am drinking right now a pot of fresh pressed coffee. So yeah, I've got a big old cup. My cuppeth runneth over. So I come to, share some of this extra stuff with you guys. So appreciate you guys again tuning into this stream live. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you are subscribed and click that notification bell for notifications for when I do go live. Because I like to do things at oddball times sometimes, just because, like tonight, I was taking care of my kid. My kid, unfortunately, didn't go to bed. He's still not asleep. He's in his room. He's in his bed right now, but he's not asleep yet. So. Shirt and tie, of course. This is how I roll on the presser. Hey, you know what? PQ, if you had coffee and it had a little bit of Kahlua in it, nobody would know any different. However, let's talk about some of these books that came out this week. So Blaze gave us Iron Shadows in the Moon of the Cimmerian. It's another installment of the Cimmerian books. And I gotta say, some of these are pretty impressive as far as artistically. Now, from what people are saying also is the guts in these is definitely, your classic Conan. But what we have here is the Fantastic Four swipe. So this is, of course, as you guys know, there's a Fantastic Four cover out there that's Doctor Doom basically in the same position. But the incentives for this series don't fail to deliver at all. Look at every single one of them, even the 1 in 20. And then there's also this 1 in 30. But the other book out from Ablaze this week is Space Pirate Captain Harlock. Okay, so cover A gave you Derek Chu, right? And then we got Kendrick Lim on the cover B. We got a cover C. Now, Leary Lee, I believe is how the correct pronunciation of the name goes. Cover D by Paquette. And then cover E by, Mercado. So, we got some name brand artists on this one, right? But there's more. There's cover F by Eddie Tong, and then cover G. All right. And then they spiced it up. There's a blank cover, so you can get other people to sketch on it for you, but then we got a couple of retail incentives, and by a couple, I mean quite a few. Your cover of your 1 in 10 is your black and white. Here is your 1 in 20 Derek Chu, the 1 in 30 Virgin, the 1 in 40, and then your 1 in 50 incentive. So that's going to round it out for a Blaze. That's a lot of Ablaze books, right? For a Blaze to have two releases in 1 week, that's pretty big, right? All right, AC Comics. And AC Comics, of course, gives us the 21st Centurion. It's number 5. So our comeback will be bigger than our setback. So I don't know what that's all about, but we'll see. If you're reading that one, leave me a comment below. Let me know what's up with that book. Aftershock giving us a couple of books here. We got Project Patron number 3. This one was very spoilerific on the preview side of things. Seven Swords number 1. And then there was, of course, the Seven Swords 15 copy incentive. Silver City number 2, giving us a continuation of that story. Shout out to Eric S. Hurd and his wonderful store variant. And you guys know I don't like store variants very much, but when I do, it's because I'm artistically drawn to them, or somebody cool who's done some things for us, Well, let's just be honest. If somebody wants me to show their store variant, I'll show it. But if I don't like it, I'll be honest about it. And that's why you all come tuning into me, because you know that the honesty level that you get with me is unparalleled. But Antarctic Press is going to be dropping Ninja High School number 180. God Tank, good to see you in the chat. Astro Wizard, what's up to you as well? And of course, you hear, you know, I protect her from a 100-pound German Shepherd, and she cries at me now. Artist, Writers, and Artisans got the Resistance Uprising number 3, and AWA is coming together with that, you know, shared action universe. So it's kind of interesting to see. Do you see what I have to put up with, everybody? Anyway, Black Mask is going to drop us Destiny New York number 4, and that's the only one for Black Mask. And then Blue Juice Comics, and if you've never heard of them, don't feel bad, but you're going to feel bad probably when you realize that this is Anne Bonny's number 11, and you just may not be hearing about it. It is what it is. Heavy Metal dropping us a couple of books. Chasing the Dragon number 4 of 5, and there is your cover A. And Cold Dead War number 3 of 4. So that tells me I probably missed the Heavy Metal cover B. So yeah. One of these days I'm gonna get the wife to lock the animals in the bedroom with her when I go to the office and prevent them from interrupting the stream. But today, probably not that day. But nonetheless, let's see here. So Mad Cave, and of course everybody who's following Mad Cave knows that Mad Cave right now is dropping all of these later printings for Nottingham. So we got Nottingham number 1, third printing, number 2, second print, number 4, which dropped today. And then, let's see here, we got something in the chat. What is going on? When you talk about a 140 and a 150, does LCS need to only get 90 books to get both incentives, or they don't need to get 50? They don't need to get 50. So, Jamie, so here's a scenario. If a book has 3 different 1 in 50s, all of them can be unlocked and ordered. So basically, they're going to pay, like, all right, if there's an A cover, a B cover, and those are open order, and then there's a 1 in 25 and a 1 in 50 incentive, and let's just say there's 3 1 in 50 incentives in this scenario. You're gonna get, for your 50 copies, they're gonna pay, you know, about half cover, or a little bit more than half cover, for all of those 50 copies of the A B cover split, whatever it is. Then they're gonna pay for the 2 1 in 25s that they're gonna get for getting to 50, and then they're gonna pay for the 3 1 in 50s that they get for also approaching 50. So that gives you a grand total of 55 books right there that they have to order in order to, you know, to get that one. So you know, check with your LCS, because sometimes they refuse to order that high, and I don't know how they're going to charge you or what going forward, but yeah, you know, and if you got it, then good. Then at least we can clarify on some of those wonderful questions. And again, you guys know that I worked in an LCS for multiple years, and it wasn't even like a real job. I was working for store credit. I mean, it wasn't like an actual paycheck. I had a real job. I was a real estate investor. So, like, yeah, you know, it is what it is. Oni Press, Agritsuko, Meet Her World number 3. There's your cover A. And there's your cover B. That's going to do it for Oni. Scout had a pretty big week. Black Friday number 3. Midnight Sky number 8. Now, Midnight Sky also offered this cover B, which was your Logan's Run homage. And then we also had the Perhapnauts. Perhaps not. Volume 2, number 1. And then here is your unlockable, which is basically your incentive. And then, of course, stake number 4. And then your stake number 4 incentive. They say unlock to them, but they're basically an incentive variant. All right, Silver Sprocket giving us Montana Dairy, one shot. Obscure books, and again, you know, an obscure indie with enough heat behind it, basically enough people looking for it, and then lack of demand. You guys know what that does. I don't know what's in the guts, so if you did read that one, leave me a comment below. Let me know what it was. Doctor Who, Missy. C, number 3. Cover A, cover B, cover C. I'm not a Doctor Who fan or follower, so I couldn't tell you. But I did pick this one up for my personal reading pleasure, and that is Mickey Woodcock, the girl who electrified Tesla. And then here's your cover B, which is your photo variant. And then here's the one that I wanted, but unfortunately they didn't have any on the shelf, so it's okay. Wow. PQ, my friend. There's some things you just don't say in live chat, my dude. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Valiant Comics dropping Visitor number 6. And here's your cover A. Now here is your cover B. Now here's where it gets weird. Alright, because according to Barcode, the Barcode said that this is the 4th cover, but this is your cover C, your pre-ordered bundle, because it's your pre-order edition. And I don't know if there is actually a C cover, but they label that one as, you know, it's labeled as a D cover, but I think that one is only three covers total. Vault dropping us Resonant number 10. Resonance. Wake dropping Essentia number 5. Now, everybody pay attention, because they delayed release of this one after FOC for printing reasons, and they made the second print get released on the same day. There is a cover B Perillo Nude Virgin variant. Okay? So here's your incentive, and then there is a cover B Perillo Nude Virgin second printing, which I believe has that cover image on the backside of it. So, for all of you guys fortunate enough to have shops that order obscure indie titles, good luck. You know, because this one is a Perillo sleeper that I bet you a lot of the Perillo chasers probably have no clue he even did this book. And it might be one of those that if you can pick it up for a reasonable, close to cover price, probably not a bad buy-in, right? Zenoscope. And of course, Zenoscope, Bell Sirens, one shot. Here's your cover A. Here's your cover B. And then here is your cover C. Not bad, right? Look at that axe. That axe could defeat Thanos. I mean, right? Boom Studios giving us Berserker number 2, 3rd printing. And then Berserker number 3. Cover A, cover B. Jeff DeCaldo. Alright, so definitely a good cover. Grandpa foil variant, and then the Call foil variant. Alright, so here we are in the meat and potatoes of everybody's Berserker hauls today, most likely. So if you were fortunate enough to get your LCS early enough, and they were ordering stacks upon stacks of these still to accommodate their 1 in 1,000 ratio variant order on issue 1, well, then you probably had enough of these going around. So the 25 copy incentive for Frisian, not too bad. There was also this 25 copy by Grandpa. And then this 50 copy incentive, and these were sitting on shelves. They're good, but they were sitting on shelves because everybody was grabbing these in front of me. Alright, so 50 copy incentive by Frisian. That's what everybody was like, oh, I want that one. And then they see this, the 1 in 100. And then what do? Of course, they took the bloodstain from the lower ratio, removed all of the trade dress, and gave you a 1 per store incentive, aka the unlockable. So this one, wow. What's this? Let me see here. I gotta adjust the chat so I can actually see it. Well, LCS ripped the cover and they got their money back. Oh man, that's wild. But yeah, so Boom is also dropping a couple other things here today besides the Berserker. Firefly brand new verse number 4 of a 6-issue miniseries. And if your shop had the one per store, did Lost in Space? Nah, my man. There's enough hype to cover that. I don't really need to talk about that one. I wasn't actually going to talk about it, so you just made us talk about it on the show that I wasn't going to talk about. But the cover, the one per store, I was seeing sales that were rivaling the 1 in 100. So good luck to you guys out there if that's your chase book, because wow. But anyway, Firefly brand new verse number 4, cover B, and then here's your 10 copy incentive by Randolph, and then your 25 copy incentive by Randolph without all that extra trade dress stuff. And then we move on to Jim Henson's Storytellers, Tricksters number 4. Your regular cover by Momoko, your B cover by Pendergrass, and then your 25 copy incentive by Momoko as well. Luna number 5, cover A by Maria Lovett. Franny on the cover B, and then a 100 copy, or on the 10 copy incentive. All was lost on those ratios, huh? Well, Joes, hopefully this can clarify some, because it's actually pretty easy to think about, because most of the time what Boom does is they will make a virginized version of one of their covers, and sometimes that'll be your one per store or your incentive. So in the case of Luna, a 5-issue miniseries, the A cover is one cover, the B cover is another, and then the incentive has thus far been a virginized version of the B cover. So I don't know if it follows suit everywhere, because honestly it doesn't. But here we have a situation where I can show you how they're going to play the one per store on you. The Many Deaths of Layla Starr number 3. So here's your cover A, your cover B, which was a foil, and then we had this wonderful 25 copy incentive by Mirka and Dolfo. And then what did they do? Oh, they made an unlockable one per store Virgin incentive. So here's your Virgin unlockable, and Mirka's lines, of course, look amazing. And then here's a very interesting book. So it's a 4-issue mini-series. It's called Save Yourself. Cover A, your cover B, your cover C, which is your 10 copy incentive, your cover D, which is your 25 copy incentive, and then your cover E, which is your 50 copy incentive, right? So here's a situation where the book isn't popular enough that it actually did this. I saw the exact opposite, where this 1 in 50 was like $50, and then the unlockable was like $29. So on a non-popular title, this one might be interesting, huh? So Seven Secrets, of course, getting close to the end of their series. Issue number 9, cover A, and then here's your cover B by Yoon. So of course you know how they do the incentives here. The 10 copies got a Ricardo one, and then the Yoon is the 25 copy without the trade dress on it. So that's going to round it out for Boom. Next up, we got Dark Horse Comics. Grendel Devil's Odyssey number 7 of 8. Here's your cover A. Here's your cover B. And forgive me real quick, but why does Grendel look like Cosmic Ghost Rider? It's none of my business, though. House of Lost Horizon number 2. Norse Mythology Norse Mythology 2, number 1 of a 6-issue miniseries. And then here is your number 1 cover B by David Mack. Fantastic stuff there. Dynamite Entertainment. Red Sonja number 27, cover P, limited J. Lee Virgin variant. And then Red Sonja number 27, cover Q, the Linsner limited Virgin variant. So those are probably just leftovers from a previous FOC, but Dynamite sometimes breaks those up. Sacred 6 number 10, cover A by Perillo. Fantastic. Stephanie Rue doing the cover B here. And then Bermudez doing the cover C. Maine. Shout out to Comics Maine, but spelled differently. And the main variant here. Amazing looking stuff, right? The Warren Lau variant. Also not too shabby. Perillo Limited Virgin cover. And then here is your FOC variant, your premium FOC variant. Your other premium FOC variant, and that's pretty amazing too, right? And then the Rue Limited Virgin, main Virgin incentive, Virgin FOC incentive, Bermuda's Virgin incentive, Black and White Virgin incentive, 25 copy Lau Virgin incentive, your 30 copy Perillo, your 35 copy Rue Virgin Black and White, your Perillo Black and White Virgin for 40 copies, your 7 copy Atta Virgin FOC. And then Sony Universal number 5, cover A by Jay Lee, cover B by Linsner, cover C by Federici. That's a fantastic looking cover. And then Sampaio, man. Yeah, cover E, Henderson. And then cover F by Moss. Cover G. Cover H, Cosplay. Alright, now we're into the limited stuff. So Lee giving us a limited Virgin cover, right? And then we got the Linsner limited Virgin cover. There we go. So for all you Federici fans, you're probably looking for this Federici Premium Virgin FOC variant. Pretty cool, right? And then this one is really, really cool as well. And then here's your black and white of the Federici, your 10 copy, your 11 copy Moss, and then your 15 copy, and then your 20 copy Linsner black and white, your 35 copy Virgin Cosplay, your 40 copy Linsner black and white, and then your 50 copy Jay Lee black and white Virgin incentive, and then a 7 copy Henderson Virgin FOC incentive. Vampirilla Halloween Special Limited Edition Cover B Metal Variant. Interesting stuff dropping. G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, number 283. And here's your cover A by Andrew Griffith, your cover B by Freddie Williams, and then your 10 copy incentive. Now, I'm sensing a lot of people who missed out on 281 are hyping this one up. Her first solo cover! Nah. Like, it's cool that it's an incentive variant with her on the cover, and that's all you should appreciate it for, but she came out 2 issues ago. Alright, so it's not like a big deal to have her on a cover 2 issues after her first appearance. As much, you know, and people who argue first solo covers are usually the ones that don't have the first cover. Godzilla, Monsters and Protectors, number 3. I like this one. I like this one here too. And I think this is hilarious. So, the digestive tract of Godzilla, everybody. And if Godzilla poops in a city, but nobody's around to hear it, does it make a sound? Sonic the Hedgehog, number 41, cover A. There's your cover B. My son would love that one. And Sonic the Hedgehog 41, 10 copy incentive. Star Trek Year 5, number 21, and I gotta say, these incentive variants are probably going to be rarer than hen's tooth. I'm just saying. Star Wars High Republic Adventures number 5, obviously a good looking cover there, but I gotta say that the 10 copy incentive definitely looks pretty fire. Transformers Escape number 4, cover A by McGuire Smith, and then we have Transformers Escape cover B by Hearst Platter, and then your 10 copy incentive by Red Powell. Good coffee. Okay, for all my drunken sharks, thank you guys for successfully cleaning out just about every store from coast to coast. For those who are not paying attention and let you take that book in front of you, they are probably going to be regretting it here soon. Because from the man Stan Sakai himself weeks ago, in fact, if you follow me on this channel, you might have heard me even talking about it on Final Order Cutoff, because that's where I drop the knowledge, and then I re-drop the knowledge again on Drunken Chat. The Usagi Yojimbo 20 features the first appearance of a new familial character to Usagi. And I wonder who's on the cover of cover A with Usagi. Just food for thought. make sure if you do see this 10 copy incentive variant, you pick it up. I don't know what kind of legs. Of course, I don't have a crystal ball. So when we speculate on things, when we think that there's potential, I'm gonna be regretting. This is gonna be the look of regret for not buying this book. Promise you. I'm not gonna get it because you guys already cleared them all out. Kind of like I'm not gonna get that TMNT with the multiple ribbon, all 5 turtle colors on it. But it's okay, because we can't get them all. And if you miss something, don't catch the FOMO. Buy something else. Go to the back issue bins. Go to eBay. And you know what? Speaking of eBay, I'm probably gonna be reloading my store. I've been sitting on nothing. I haven't loaded anything into that store in forever. I haven't sold a book in months also, so it's been kind of stress-free that way. But I'm gonna be needing to get some race car parts and some things. So you're gonna see Ultra doing what's called Ultra Hustle, is where we honestly and integrally filled deliver on promises of books that are 100% unshilled. That's what integrity tastes like. Delicious. Image Comics giving us Compass #1. Geiger 4th print. Okay. We all know that Image plays print totals pretty close to FOC actualities. They've been doing it for a while. They're not dumb. To see Geiger go 4th print means that either it's got a lot of speculator driven stuff behind it or whatever. But just remember, if it went 4th print, 2nd print sold out, 1st print sold out, 3rd print also sold out. So let's not mistake it that there's desire for those other prints, and let's not keep rewarding people for being late to the game and having that guy who missed out on the first 3, didn't support the book at all, picking up the 4th print and then trying to inflate the rarity of the 4th. However, Geiger 2 getting a 2nd print, also probably not a bad sign. This series is hot, and could I dare say it's nuclear hot, radioactive, and of course here we got the Good Asian, right? So that's a 2nd print also. That's obviously showing that book's doing well. Home #3, cover A. There's your cover B. Ice Cream Man #24 getting a 2nd printing as well, and so we have a lot of Image books with later prints. This is getting crazy, right? All right. Jupiter's Legacy, Requiem #1. Cover B by Frank Quietly. Cover C by Quietly Black and White. Cover D by Jock. The Boss Logic. The Jock and the Boss Logic are obviously 2 of my favorites. This one's also not too bad. Yildrahim. Blank Sketch. Alright, so then there was this 10 copy incentive, right? You see how it says Silver Edition? The cover I was your thank you edition. So if you were fortunate enough to find this book on the shelf without the need for, upcharging, because they just salted the shelves with it, good on you, because that's a good pull. So congratulations to you again if you were able to pull that off. I sometimes get lucky, but I don't know about that lucky. Alright, so Radiant Black #4, 2nd print. And #5 came out this week. So what I'm going to be doing is, this is one of the books that you guys had told me I should put into the read pile. So I'm going to read the first 5 issues. So the first story arc will be up, I believe. If it ends up at 6, then we'll have to adjust. But I'm going to take a look at it and see where we stand. But don't forget, this 25 copy incentive by Daniel Acuna. Just absolute home run. Don't get me wrong, the variant covers, especially the incentives for that series, look amazing. Silver Coin #3. And then here's your B cover. And everybody doing these, molded half skeletons and stuff like that, right? Alright, so Stillwater by Zdarsky and Perez. And again, continuing on the skeleton theme, we have this one right here with a lower skeleton. And then we've got skeletons all around. Time Before Time number 1 dropping a second print today, as well as number 2 coming out. So we've got issue 2, cover A. Here's your cover B. And here is your cover C, as well as your 10 copy incentive. And then moving on to Ultra Mega, cover A. Here is your cover B by Pope and Spicer. And then Ultra Mega number 4's cover C, which is your 5 copy incentive, and then your 10 copy incentive. Shout out to Rob's Comics. Rob's Comics in the house. Thanks for joining, man. Good to see you in the live chat. Ultra Mega by James Heron number 4. He also dropped a cover E for Pride Month. Walking Dead gave us, of course, a new issue of The Walking Dead Deluxe. Here's your cover A by Finch. Cover B by Moore. Cover C by Tedesco. Cover D by Raposa. And then your cover E for Pride Month. Alright, next up we got DC Comics dropping Batman Fortnite. 0 Point, number 5, cover A. The Amanda Conner cover B. And the cover C Mustard premium variant. So these premium variants, again, they had to order so many of these premium variants just to be able to qualify for the premium variant that's coming for issue 6. Well, I think it'll be one for every 25 copies. It's something crazy. Talk to your store about the limited variant for Batman Fortnite 0 Point number 6. Of course, with it being the final issue of the series, it could be very, very important. I don't know what spoilers are on there. I'm not actually reading the series, but just want to at least, of course, drop that news to you guys. Catwoman number 32 and the Robinson cover A, not too shabby, but oh yeah, Jenny Frisian. Jenny did it again. I picked that one up just because. Flash 771 cover A by Brandon Peterson, not too shabby. But the cover B cardstock variant by Brett Booth is amazing. And I don't know what it is. Brett Booth is definitely one of those artists that just has a way with like molding like 90s Jim Lee and Jeff Scott Campbell and Rob Liefeld all in one. Shows action, shows cross-hatching, but still shows like fluidity and a little bit of a comedic distortion that's needed in order to tell a comic book story, because obviously look at the Joker, ain't nobody got a chin and a nose that big in real life. Legends of the Dark Knight number 2 cover A, although Batman could have been beating the crap out of them enough to make them inflamed, but Legends of the Dark Knight number 2, here's your cover B, your cardstock variant, and then here is your number 2 Federici 1 in 25. Nightwing number 81, cover A. And of course, in this one, we're going to talk about later. Here's your cover B. Well, let's back up and talk about this one for just a split second here, okay? So, there's a lot of people out there telling you, go hard on this book. Why? Why would you want to go hard on this book? It's a DC book. Now, I can understand maybe picking up a couple of copies of first appearances way back in issue 78. That's going to be the one, and we're going to talk about that. However, as you guys know, look at a lot of DC spec will be hot and then cool off. I think the only DC spec that I think is still worth chasing, possibly, Red X. That's just my personal opinion now. Let me know what you think about that personal opinion by leaving me a comment below. Or if you're in the live chat, why don't you let me know what you think about that. All right. Back to the matter at hand, which is, of course, Nightwing, number 81. This cover A basically wiped off the face of the earth today because everybody was telling everybody to go after it. And then cover B, cardstock variant, not too shabby, pretty cool looking leather costume. Cover C is your Pride Month variant. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You, number 110. Okay, welcome back. Milestone returns. So here we go, everybody. This is good stuff right here. So Static Season 1, number 1 of a 6-issue miniseries. So they're going to do Static in a season a 6-issue miniseries for the season 1, I guess, and then we look forward to season 2. Let's just hope they continue to do this. I do know that there are some good covers for this book because, yeah, the cover B, it's the old school cardstock variant, right? Old school Static X style, right? And then we've got the new school cardstock variant. And this one right here, which was your throwback, your homage to your original appearance, right? And then Oliver Coipel, once again. You're going to hear that man's name a few times tonight, so this is going to be good. But this is your qualifier. So this is for those stores who were able to order 250 copies of A, B, and C covers. They were able to unlock the ability to order as many of this variant as they wanted. It's a tough sell for some people, so they're calling it a team variant, so you may see them showing up at your stores later on. It's kind of what I've been noticing. Like, they won't have them on release day, but they'll group together to get them later on somehow. That's weird. But anyway, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, #1. And then here is your cover B by Gary Frank. And then your cover C, which is your blank variant. Superman, Red and Blue, #4. And here's your cover A by John Romita Jr. Here is your Walt Simonson cover B, doing the Thor 337 pose. And then here is your Alexander Lozano variant. And just artistically, this is amazing looking. Truth and Justice, #5. There's your cover A by Chris Anka. Here is your cover B Putri cardstock variant. And that's going to wrap it up for DC. And we got Drew in the house. Thanks for joining us, Drew. Good to see you here, man. Really do appreciate you. Alien #4. So the Lashley variant was your open order variant, but there was, oh, look at that name, Mr. Coipel, dropping this 1 in 25 incentive variant today. So if you are reading the Alien book, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think of the book. Is it something I should be putting in the read pile? If not, well, let me know. Why not? I'd really like to know just some honest opinions on that book specifically. Captain America Annual, and of course this is part of the Infinite Destinies tie-in, so it's going to be interesting to see how they play this one, and I have no clue who the guy is on the back cover there. That's probably something I'll be researching in the next couple of days. And of course we all know that that man right there is Deadpool, and yeah, so Deadpool and Captain America by Liefeld. And then here is your Ron Lim connecting variant. Apparently the Infinite Destinies is going to connect through all those wonderful covers. All right, so here we go, everybody. Demon Days Mariko #1. Here's your cover B. Here's your cover C by Bartel. Your cover D. Your cover E for Reggae. Your cover F by Jeff Scott Campbell. And then your Stan Sakai variant. Your cover H by Amanda Connor. Your cover I by David Mack. And then your Bartel Virgin variant. And then here is your cover K, which is your design variant. And then here is your Momoko Virgin variant cover. So good luck to all you guys out there on that one. If you are still on board with the Momoko verse, you are all about it. This right here was, I got to flip through a couple of pages of this. This was amazing, and I wish I would have covered it more. But Fantastic Four #33, and here we got a Liefeld 30th anniversary variant with Deadpool. And then we've got the Spider Villains variant. And then Victor Von Doom going full Doom, and he's probably going to be going after Johnny because it was revealed in story that Victor Von Doom's wife, before she married Victor, she admits that she was intimate with Johnny. That was a very interesting scenario. Heroes Reborn number 7 of 7. So we're at the final issue of this series, and what's going to happen next? That's a good question. So here's the Bagley trading card variant for Thor, showing him as a supervillain. And then here is the John Tyler Christopher Heroes Reborn Captain America, the fallen super soldier, all blonde bearded out. Heroes Reborn number 7, the Stormbreakers variant, which of course has oh boy, it's not Batman, everybody, it's not. Gleason showing his range once again with this amazing looking cover. I'm actually a really big fan of that variant right there. Hyperion, of course, if he ever does hit, that's probably going to be one of the few good ones that he's got out there. And then, of course, the Varegi 1 in 50 incentive variant that went with Heroes Reborn. Heroes Reborn, Weapon X, and Final Flight. This one also offered this variant cover. Here's your Mighty Valkyries, number 3 of 5. So we've got Loki manipulating the strings on our Valkyrie heroines. And then, of course, Rian Gonzalez, Rianbo Art on IG. Make sure you give her a follow. And, of course, check back on all of the episodes of Drunken Chat during Women's History Month for all of the great spec matrices. Sorry, spec matrices. I did for a few wonderful artists, and of course one of them was Rian Gonzalez. The Jimenez Pride Month variant for Valkyries number 3, and then of course there was the 1 in 50 Virgin incentive of that one. Miles Morales Spider-Man number 27, and then Rose Besh dropping a variant, and it was open order, so it wasn't painful, right? I'm pretty sure everybody likes that one was not a painful one. New Mutants number 19, and here is your cover A. Here is your Daughterman Connecting variant. Here is your character design variant with Mirage, Warlock, Karma, Magic, and Warpath. And then Daughterman dropping the Rachel Summers design variant. Crazy looking. She's got a werewolf, dude. And this was an amazing book. Planet-Sized X-Men number 1. And then we, of course, had a few different variants for this one. This was the Daughterman Connecting variant of Jean Grey. And then we had the Pepe Larraz variant right here, showing the Hellfire Gala Rogue, Jean Grey, Storm, and Magic in their Hellfire Gala outfits. Planet-Sized X-Men, the Dodson variant, which was also open order. This Ron Lim open order as well. And then, of course, if you guys saw last week, I did a little versus, asked you some questions on which variant would you choose. Planet-Sized X-Men number 1 Daughterman design variant, or the incentive variant by Oliver Coipel, both of which were 1 in 50 incentives. War of the Bounty Hunters number 14 on Star Wars number 14. Star Wars number 14 with your Pride variant, and then your John Tyler Christopher action figure variant, which sadly my store only ordered 1, and unfortunately I had to give it back to them to damage it out because it was Dunsky. So it is one of those situations, but I'm down to the remaining 4 very expensive ones. We'll see what we can do about securing those in the Maximus collection here sometime. Star Wars number 14, of course, also had this Lucasfilm 50th anniversary variant, and then the Rodriguez incentive variant here, which is your 1 in 25. Venom 200, cover A by Stegman. Cover B by Elizabeth Torque. Cover C by Simone Bianchi. Wait a minute, I gotta back up. Okay, so I had to look to see real quick to see if there was any chains. I don't see any chains. You'll know what I'm talking about here in just a minute. Venom 200, Bianchi variant. The Jock trade dress variant. The Stegman variant. The Bagley variant. The Art Adams incentive variant. Oh, not incentive, I'm sorry. Art Adams variant. These are all open order, by the way, so these all should have been cover price at your LCS. Venom with the Gleason variant, and then the Hots variant, and then the Varegi variant, the Ramos variant, the Klein variant, and then the Garcin variant. And then we had 3 incentives. So we have your 1 in 50 Jeff Scott Campbell incentive variant. You had your 1 in 100 Stegman Virgin incentive. And then your 1 in 500 Jock incentive variant. This week's book of the week for a few reasons, which we will cover when we talk about the guts of that book in a little bit. So, yeah, lots of Venom 7s and 9s going up for sale, that's for sure. X-Corp number 2, the Hellfire Gala cover. Here is your Connecting Daughterman 1. And then here is your character design variants. Celine looks wicked. So does Sunspot. X-Core number 2, Daughterman design variant, which was your 1 in 50 incentive, and that is going to wrap it up for our new release books. So we made it through, everybody. Thanks again for sticking through. We have survived the new releases of the week. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you are, of course, subscribed, and leave me a comment below. Let me know what you thought of this week's new releases. And, of course, here's your friendly reminder of what's going on here on this channel. So here on the Ultra Maximus channel, I'm doing a little getaway called the Ultra Box. And inside the Ultra Box, we've got a ton of goodies in it. And if you search for the previous uploads on my channel, you can find the video I did a mere week ago when I was 100 subscribers less than I am right now. So you guys have pushed me severely over that threshold, but we're trucking. Let's get to 1,000, and we're going to show you some amazing things. But don't forget to leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think of the video. And now we've got the Raw Report update, everybody. So let's get into a little bit of the newsy side of some things. We got Hood Rat Comics in here from Teen Nerd Herd. What's up, man? All right, everybody. All of my video game friends, check this out. We now have a situation where we get to play a video game as Star-Lord. You get to play a game as Star-Lord. You get to assemble the Guardians of the Galaxy. Apparently, these guys have been working on this game for quite some time. I think 2018 is when they said they started it. So it's taken them that long to get this game together and get it out the door. So it's a different version of the Guardians of the Galaxy than what we're used to. You guys know how they like to roll in the video game universe. The trailer for this game is amazing. And yes. So wait. You guys know I don't come empty-handed. I bring some goods for y'all. So we're gonna take a look at some of these things. So if you go to Marvel.com, you can, of course, check out the featured video section. You can, of course, go to the game section and bypass all that. You get a brief overview. It says, fire up Star-Lord's jet boots for a wild ride across the cosmos in this third-person action-adventure game, a fresh take on Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. With the unpredictable Guardians at your side, blast your way from one explosive situation to another with original and iconic Marvel characters caught in a struggle for the fate of the universe. You got this. Probably. And you know, in typical Guardians fashion, they've got to go up against somebody good. And you guys know redheaded things, redheaded women are my kryptonite, but kryptonite gives me strength, and this right here is Lady Hellbender, who's in control of a ton of monsters, and she'll be a pivotal part of this game, so be on the lookout for that. And then these are actual gameplay screen caps. So, and Flynn's Ghost is talking about, I'm gonna buy that game. Looks fun, haven't bought a video game in a while. Look, I'm about to buy a PS5 for Final Fantasy, but this is probably going to be another one of those games that I'm going to add on to this. So if you are Star-Lord and you have the ability to command the Guardians, you can imagine the team-ups and things like that, and just the finishing moves that are going to come out of this scenario. And there is some pretty amazing looking stuff here, and check that out, everybody. So there's the head of nowhere. So is this the resurgence of Guardians that we're looking at again in the next wave? Because we're kind of in a lull right now. I gotta be honest with you guys. There's a lot of Guardians books out there that are selling for pennies of what they used to at their peak. Like when Guardians of the Galaxy, the movie, came out and really drove it home. I'm telling you guys, there's a lot of Guardians books out there that I think another kick or two from an influx in popularity, and a lot of them will evaporate. And then when they evaporate, of course, you know what happens. It drives prices up. But we'll see. But this right here, I mean, I know that he's changed his blaster design since then, and they didn't have, you know, they weren't privy to those details that are going on in the latest Guardians run. But still, for a video game, these are amazing. All right. As promised earlier, when we went by, we were talking about Nightwing making a major revelation about Dick Grayson's newest enemy. So here's the thing. Everybody went to pick up this book today because, well, it's Dick Grayson's sister. And apparently, Zuko and Dick Grayson's mother had something going on. And that's why, or something like that. I don't know. But I'm not reading it, so leave me a comment below. Let me know what the heck's going on. Why is this person trying to kill Nightwing, now his sister? But you know what else? This is eerily shocking of something else. So I got to talk to you guys about a book. So there's a book out there that's selling, and it's selling well because people are pushing it as the first appearance of a character. It's not, though. The character appeared years prior. Now, what they're going to tell you is, oh, but that character didn't appear in a comic book. Well, the whole deal going on with Dick Grayson's sister is eerily similar to Teresa Parker. And here's where, again, I'm trying to inform you guys that Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man #1 is not her first appearance. This original graphic novel, Amazing Spider-Man Family Business, is. This is where the entire backstory in Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man #1 and 2, and basically all the stuff that she's talking about, how Kingpin implanted memories in me, blah, blah, blah. That's where it all comes from. Now, anybody who's actually reading this, can anybody actually tell me who read that Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man run? Did they ever confirm that she's actually Peter's sister, like they hinted at? Because I don't think we ever got confirmation on that. But again, here we go. Marvel and DC both very much so imitating each other when it comes to these things. So, original storytelling, huh? So just remember that. You're on the lookout for the Family Business original graphic novel. It's a hardcover. And that is Teresa Parker's first appearance. So I know you can't slab it, and I know they're not going to put that on the label for you, but facts are facts. I'm just trying to make sure you guys got it. And it is now that time of the show where we get into the speculation matrix. I got some fun stuff for you guys tonight because you know what? I actually got into reading. And one of the first things on the read pile this evening was, of course, Venom number 200, which picks up after King in Black. And we see a lot of things happening here. Eddie Brock is, of course, OP. But the symbiote that was the Venom symbiote is disconnected from the Hive. This makes it very, very different. And he even talks about it here. And I want to point out to this, some of the stuff here, you guys. Of all the symbiotes in the galaxy, it is the only one I cannot control. The only one I cannot track or see through. I freed it from the Hive when I rescued it from Null's clutches. As a result, well, in some ways, it makes it the most powerful symbiote in the galaxy. So Eddie, of course, as you know, is now resting comfortably with symbiotes. And what I find really funny is that in this panel, he's blonde, and in all the other panels, he's gray. But that's Sleeper. And you know what Sleeper's doing? Sleeper's in the form of a cat. What do cats do? The same thing old people do. They sleep. And if you guys don't get my grandma's boy humor, you need to go watch that movie. But we do have one loose end. One very big loose end. And that is, of course, the Maker. The Maker and his symbiotic form, of course, is now a foil for Eddie. We do know that he went back to the Ultimate Universe, and he's basically trying to kickstart that universe. And we find out that Eddie's basically telling the Avengers, hey, I need you to, I need you guys to get ready because, Maker's going to come and invade, and I think he's going to try to restore the Ultimate Universe with this universe. So he tells him, I'm too busy and I'm not really good to be joining the Avengers, and I'm not in really any shape. And what I thought was really, really cool is at the same time he's having this meeting, he's using symbiotes to imitate his form with Peter while he's having dinner at a diner, and he stops a crime at the diner at the same time while he's having this meeting. So Eddie is really, really OP. This is a really good read. Like, the whole issue being an oversized issue definitely had my attention. But you guys know that one of my favorite Spider characters in the Spider universe is, of course, Mr. Agent Flash Thompson. Venom. Agent Anti-Venom. So yeah, lots of convoluted names, but Agent Anti-Venom right here is our man. But the issue even goes further, and I'm talking super spoilerific here, everybody. Jack-O-Lantern is what we would call a jackass, because anybody stupid enough to still be doing anything bad in a city that has Venom in it, probably not a good idea. So what we have here is basically Dylan is catching Jack-O-Lantern trying to rob somebody. He saves her, and then the symbiote tries to get in the way and tries to go after Jack-O-Lantern, and Jack-O-Lantern shoots right through the symbiote and it hits Dylan. And in order to save Dylan, the symbiote has to join with him. But here we go, everybody. You can tell the new version of Venom by the chains wrapped around his wrists. So this version of Venom, again occupied by Dylan, said webs are played out. It's time for chains. And as you can see, we have chains. So here we go, everybody. Going forward, Dylan Brock is Venom. And we will see what happens in the new run of Venom upcoming soon. But wow. Venom was a good read, but I'm floored. X-Men is probably the best comic book written right now. I really gotta say that. The best comic book written right now. Now, I know everybody's gonna say, "Oh, Ultra bro, you're just a hardcore mutant fan." I'm sorry, but if you know anything about geology and planetary alignments and other things like that, this book will blow you away. At the same time, if you know a lot about ancient cultures, ancient Sumeria, it's kind of reminiscent that the X-Men are basically the Sumerian gods of old with mutant powers. This is one of those where were you at when moments. And it would be a shame if being closed-minded made you miss it. I'm not kidding. This is absolutely ridiculous. So, in this book, we have the first appearance of a bunch of new Arakko mutants. People who will be heavily involved in the story going forward, actually, in this book. So, we have three very important people right here that are going to team up with Magneto. In that earlier panel, what you saw was Magneto actually taking an iron core dosage and inserting it into a planet. Okay, so you take a planet that does not have enough iron core in it, and you add iron core to it, and then you make it molten and get it hot. So now you have a molten iron core that creates a magnetic field. Well, then you go into mutant terraforming by using one of those Arakko mutants who breaks himself down and then puts himself into the soil and then basically, causes it to terraform the planet. They talk about their helmets fogging up, and then the dangerous part wasn't even shown here. The dangerous part was them actually transporting the entire island of Arakko to this planet after they have formed it. Of course, here is your honor to Genesis and Apocalypse. And then here we have another situation. So what they're doing with Jamie Madrox and his, Jamie Braddock, is his legendary mutant ability. So what they do is they implant a thought into him, and Jean Grey uses the terminology to see you give birth to it. Well, that was probably a bad choice of words because he literally gave birth to it, because that's how Jamie Braddock's powers work. Sword Station 2 has now been put into atmosphere outside of Arakko. However, you can't have a space station and a spaceport. You have to have a spaceport on your planet. If you have a space station, you want to welcome people in. So here's your spaceport. So Jamie uses his reality-altering powers to do that once again. And then on one of the final pages, we see Storm approaching Magneto, walking out and seeing it rain. And by the way, this is the planet Mars, which has just been claimed in the name of mutantdom. So this right here is huge. So now we have Earth, the planet of humans, and Mars, the planet of Araco mutants. The X-Men, we knew they were going to the stars. That was something that Hickman had teased before even talking about House of X. We just knew that the X-Men were going to be leaving Earth. Well, now we have our reason why they're going to be leaving Earth. However, they leave Earth, but they also defend it. So it's a very, very unique thing. But amazing story. I highly recommend you go and read that one. Make sure, of course, you are checking out all the other parts of the Raw report here. And here's where we're going to recap some things. So don't forget, again, to like and share the video. Leave me a comment below. Help me break these algorithms. And if you are not subscribed, you are missing out on the Ultra Box giveaway. So last week, I asked you guys with the variant battle, which one you thought it was going to be. So Battle of the Storms, Oliver Coipel, or the Russell Dauterman. And you guys overwhelmingly said the Coipel. So well, I'm with you on that one. Coipel, hands down, just takes it, man. Just absolutely does. So this week in the variant battle, I'm going to ask you, what do you think here? Wolverine 1/100 incentive by Simone Bianchi, or Spawn's Universe Booth sketch variant? Both of them are right around that $75 to $100 mark, so it's going to be dollar-wise probably the same, and that's according to Midtown Comics. Your LCS may vary, but let me know what you think. Leave me a comment below. That's the battle for this week. But let's talk about this week's speculation picks, and let's get into this. So, Space Pirate Captain Harlock. All of these incentives, on an unknown title like this, we don't know how heavy it's going to be out the gate. How is the response? So keep an eye on this. And again, the Lee variant right here, probably going to be one to keep an eye on. The 1 in 50 incentive, obviously going to be hard to come by. Sumerian Iron Shadows in the Mune. Cover D. So this is a regular cover price book for all of you if you're lucky enough to find it. The 20 copy incentive without the trade dress, however, not. I do know it's really, really tough to order from Ablaze. It's not exactly cheap. But I like all these, including the 10 copy. They're artistically good. And if the story on the inside is just as good, well, then I think that's going to support these long-term as far as good flips or holds. And definitely a lot of these that I'm showing you guys here, if it's not for you, if you are somebody who submits a lot of books, this is your opportunity to buy that book, submit it for grading, get it graded, get it slabbed, and turn that profit by getting that book listed. And these Firefly books are the same way, especially this one right here, the Jim Henson Storyteller, 25 copy incentive by Momoko. There's a lot of stores who are just not there on a lot of these things. Shout out to John S. Thanks for the 700 subs. I really appreciate it. You guys, again, somebody's either making accounts left and right. I don't know what's going on there, but when I get that email from YouTube saying you're good, man, you got all the watched hours, you got all the subs, the Ultra Box is going to go home to somebody. So it's going to make somebody very happy. It's going to make me very happy to get rid of it too. Luna, yeah, actually, my organizing space is being occupied by a lot of the Ultra Box stuff. So, Joe's, I feel you on that one, man, about Conan, but I really enjoy Conan and Savage Avengers. He's really good there. The Many Deaths of Layla Starr, number 3, the unlockable Merca and Dolpho Virgin variant. And of course, Merca's one of those artists that I think is on the bubble. Everybody's, she's bubbling to the top right now. I know about her. I've talked about her before. She's got some amazing cover art books on some books that people just don't know that it's her. But this one right here is another one of those scenarios. If this Save Yourself title does anything, the unlockable Virgin, 1 per store, probably going to be a good one to have. I'm not knocking the 1 in 50, but again, the Virgin incentive, and it's just like that 1 in 25 there. These Nottinghams are nuts. All right, there's a 4th print for number 1 already, and I think that's coming out soon. But these later covers, these later printings for issue number 2, issue number 4, of course, dropping today. I don't know if it's going to get adapted or whatever or picked up, but it's a very, very good take on that old classic Robin Hood tale. And again, like we said earlier, Godzilla Monsters and Protectors number 3, the 10 copy incentive variant, which is showing him eating cars and stuff. Star Wars High Republic Adventures number 5, the 10 copy incentive there. The Transformers Escape number 4 of 5, 10 copy Red Powell incentive. Yeah, I can't remember why this book's on here. Can you? If you guys can tell me a good reason why Usagi Yojimbo would be on my spec list, let me know. Leave me a comment below. LOLs. There's your 10 copy incentive for issue number 20 as well. Ice Cream Man number 24 second print. These continue to deliver. And I don't know why 24 all of a sudden warranted a second print, but that must mean there was a good story on the inside of it. Of course, all you guys on the Venom front today, that Jock cover. There's your one for Jupiter's Legacy, and then of course your Boss Logic cover. Yeah, Red Rick, I was being totally sarcastic with that one. I'm pretty sure. But if you weren't here for that one, no worries. But thank you for joining in the live chat. I do appreciate you. And yes, indeed, it is a new character. Jupiter's Legacy Requiem number 1, the 1 per store, of course, that gold edition. And then your 25 copy incentive for Radiant Black. Of course, if Radiant Black is as good as some people are hyping it up to be, well, those incentives may be something later on down the road. Stillwater by Zdarsky and Perez. Of course, the cover B was the better of the two, according to people picking it up. Time Before Time, obviously, you get your 10 copy incentive. Ultra Mega, your 5 copy and your 10 copy incentives. Batman Fortnite 0 Point, number 5. And Colonel Mustard premium variant, everybody. Colonel Mustard with the candlestick in the office. Okay. Through number 32 from Catwoman, Jenny Frisian. Legends of the Dark Knight number 2, Federici variant. 81 of Nightwing. And yeah, if you're able to pick this one up, but let's just be honest, DC spec is a long-term play, not really a short-term return. And if it is a short-term return, it usually means it's going to fizzle out pretty quickly. And see the Robin King for information. Nightwing 81 cover B, obviously a good-looking cover though, and then here's your cover C. So if 81 is important, all 3 covers should be moving. If you're only seeing 1 cover move, ask yourself why. Static Season 1, number 1, your 1 in 25 incentive. Your Coipel foil cardstock team variant, of course. Showing my age with that one for sure. Flynn's Ghost. Clue's one of those movies that no matter how old you are, you should go back and watch it. It's definitely definitely rewatchable. But like I said, when we looked at this cover initially, just artistically, this is a good Superman cover. I'm not usually one to I don't like unused space a whole lot, like the white void in the background there, but artistically it still plays. And Coipel once again, just hammering these things. And then of course Demon Days by Mariko. I'm not picking any of these up personally, but for cover buys, I can see some people picking these up. I think that's a pretty cool looking Black Widow. Just so you know, it's not Jean Grey, it is a Black Widow, everybody. And then Jen Bartel right here. The Virgin incentive is amazing looking. And then, of course, if you are a true baller and you're a true Momoko fan, you probably went and splurged for this high ratio incentive. And if you did find it, good luck. But Momoko, of course, dropping other bombs here today. And I gotta say, this is an amazing looking Invisible Woman cover. She doesn't have very many solo variants, right? But that was a pretty good one. And then, of course, Heroes Reborn number 7. Like I said earlier, Gleason showing his range. Everybody needs to remember, outside of his web covers, Gleason did an amazing Wolverine variant with Omega Red. He also did this variant right here. So be on the lookout for more of his artwork. I have a feeling that more Gleason stuff's going to start popping up in places. Mighty Valkyries, Rion Gonzalez. Then, of course, the Jimenez Pride Month 150 incentive. And then for you Rose Best Chasers, well, this one is a buy-in that was not too terrible because it's cover price. And, of course, it's got the female Doc Ock on there, so that might be a good pick. One of my favorites of the week, I got to say, cover-wise, artistically, I'm surprised this wasn't an incentive. Pepe Larraz is actually killing it on the art, and just like his X-Men #1 coming up soon, amazing. But the Planet-Sized Daughterman design variant, not so bad, but the Koi Pell, definitely killing it there. And of course, you guys know I'm on this set here, so for all of you all joining me, I appreciate you and the thrill of the chase. And of course, someone clued me in one time. The green stuff coming off of Venom's tongue is actually waste. So, Venom's drool. It's poop, everybody. Venom number 200, your 1 in 50 Campbell incentive variant. Your 1 in 100 Stegman incentive. And your 1 in 500. Now, the reason why I have these on here, of course, is they are your high ratio incentives. There are a bunch of store exclusives. But with this being the first appearance of Dylan as Venom, hard, hands down, not a cameo, full, multiple pages. He's in there like swimwear, everybody. There will be no argument as to a first cameo appearance in Venom 200, first full in Venom 1. No. First full, swinging out, all that kind of good stuff, chains and all. So you tell anybody trying to start that bullcrap, they can go ahead and quit it because they're not fooling anybody. But yeah, I like that Besh way more than the Silk, but I got to agree with you there. I think the Silk was cool when I first saw it, and then they left it on FOC for like 3 months, and that caused me to get sick and tired of seeing it. It's one of those things. Repetition, sometimes people use repetition. They keep on repeating the same artist in front of you to try to get you familiar with them, so that this way when they drop a spec play on it, you'll be like, oh, other people have talked about it. No, it's been that same guy the whole time. It's kind of like the same people who, oh, this book is super rare, and then you tell them, oh yeah, I saw one, it was on my watch list and it disappeared, and then they reply to you and tell you where to purchase another copy of that book. So that kind of defeats the original statement, but well, that's neither here nor there. But anyway, these incentives, Dylan Brock, he is your Venom. He's basically the Wally West of Venoms now. Barry Allen is your Eddie Brock. Wally West is your Dylan Brock. So there we have it. Let's see here, and then what else we got here. So yeah, I like these High Republic adventures because, of course, they're IDW. They're very limited. Was that it? That was it. That really was it. Okay. I thought I had more in there, but I guess I either deleted them or did something else with them. Or I copied and pasted them to the wrong spot, which would be hilarious. But don't forget to tune into the secret variant. And let's back up for a second. The secret variant, of course, as you guys know, if you are subscribed to this channel, I appreciate you, because on Sunday nights, I wait until I can get the massive amount of intel from your Diamond Pictures and being able to provide you guys with as much cover art as I have access to. So, yeah, Flynn's talking about that Black Widow Raza. I skipped on that one too, but yeah, let's hope that Marvel treated Dylan better than the way DC treated Wally. That's for sure. A teenage kid with anger problems as Venom. What can possibly go wrong? But nonetheless, again, I do an FOC show on Sunday nights called The Secret Variant. I appreciate you guys tuning into that one. And even though the secret's out a little bit and you guys are sharing it with your friends, you do that so they don't regret and have to look at this next segment we call the Ghosts of Monday, which is our FOC review, where I go back and look at all the books that just closed on FOC. So first up, we have Out of Body number 2. And then Frank Cho giving us a tale called Fight Girls. Yeah. Mike Deodato Jr. giving us the B cover of this one, of course. And now we've got girls fighting and we got dinosaurs, so it's going to get lit. Space Bastards giving us number 7, and this cover is just insane looking. I mean, he's got a horn chopping up people and stuff. And like I said, Nottingham going multiple printings. So here's your 5th print. Here's your 4th print of number 2. Here's your 3rd print of number 3. And here's your 2nd print of number 4, which number 4 was just released today. Lunar Ladies number 1. So here is your cover A. Then here's your cover B, which is your 10 copy incentive. Murder Hobo. So they did these 2, right? Chaotic Neutral number 1, Chaotic Neutral number 2. No Ghosts in Hiroshima number 1. And your 10 copy incentive. Stake number 5. And he's obviously about to get stabbed. Stake number 5, your cover B, your 10 copy incentive variant. All right, now this one, Tart Toxic Origins. Don't know what it's really about, but I guess we're going to find out, huh? And just because Scoot is known for doing some very, very tricky and sneaky things when it comes to first appearances, as Mr. Sith Lordly would know when it comes to Unicorn, don't sleep on Stanley the Snowman. There may be something Stanley has to offer. Now, Lusky. I chose these because Lusky is one of those artists. She does 2 variants, and yeah, so very interesting why one artist would get to do 2 different variants on this book, but that's how we have it. Nightmare Before Christmas, Mirror Moon number 2. Grimm University Quarterly, Zodiac vs. Death Force, cover C. Here is your video game cover C variant. Van Helsing versus the Invisible Woman, one shot, your cover C. And again, negative space. Sometimes it works well. Other times it just looks like unused area. Basilisk number 2. Here is your 25 copy incentive by Raphael Albuquerque. And then, sorry, animals. And then we have our 25 copy incentive by Simmons. So there's 2 125 incentives for your Basilisk number 2. Buffy the Vampire Slayer number 27, cover C, your 10 copy incentive by Franny. 27, cover E, 50 copy incentive by Beck. And then here's your unlockable variant. Magic the Gathering, giving us a 50 copy incentive, but they knew you were Jenny Frisian chasers. They knew they were going to put it at a 1 in 100 incentive to really hurt your feelings. Please make sure you have secured your copies. I have a feeling a 1 in 100 incentive by Jenny Frisian on a book that's not really on everybody's radar, probably going to be a hot item. I don't know, unless Jenny Frisian is totally cooled off and nobody likes her books anymore, which I already know. Memo number 1, giving us a 10 copy incentive, and then here is your 25 copy incentive, and then here is your unlockable. WWE New Day, Power of Positivity. Here's your cover A. There's your cover B by Raza. But wait, they gave us a minimal trade dress with a WWE logo. 10 copy incentive. Here is your 25 copy incentive, however. So all you WWE chasers, good luck to you guys out there. Wind number 8 by Gonzalez, of course, giving us that wonderful variant. And then, of course, there's this unlockable variant for that same issue. And then, of course, Masters of the Universe, Revelation number 1. There is your cover A. Here is your cover B by Mignola. And then Betty Page, Curse of the Banshee, number 2, cover Q, the Premium Lee variant. The 15 copy incentive, black and white, and then your 21 copy incentive. Chain to the Grave, number 5 of 5. That was your retail incentive. Your retail incentive for Marvel Action Captain Marvel. And then Larry Hama and Rob Liefeld doing a Snake Eyes variant. This has been one heck of a ride. I've had a lot of people tell me that they don't care that it's written and illustrated by Liefeld because it's that good. So for all you Snake Eyes fans who always wanted just an absolute badass standalone Snake Eyes story, I can highly recommend this one. And shout out to the winner of the SDCC variant, the action figure variant I sent out. I actually have no copies of that book left. It's kind of sad about that. But the Larry Hama did a black and white sketch variant as well. So your RIA and your RIB, your 1 in 10 and your 1 in 25 incentives. Looking forward to seeing that series come out. Of course, it's Smoky Feet. It's what Larry Hama set him up to do. Star Wars Adventures 2020, and this is one of those rare opportunities where Francavilla did a different artwork than the A cover, even though this is the sketch. So a lot of people are looking at, I don't want that one, it's just the A cover. The A cover is obviously cheaper, but they switched it up on you. TMNT The Last Ronin #3, second print. And then Carmen with its final issue of its 5-issue miniseries, Guleen Mark, giving us the A cover, the 25 copy incentive, and then of course 50 copy incentive. And I guess she's saying that she's the chair now. Okay, this one, for all of you hardcore Walking Dead fans, is no news. You know who Clementine is. For everybody else, Clementine is making her way to the mainstream Walking Dead universe, and I believe the Skybound X will be her first appearance in comic book format. So, is there still Walking Dead spec? Is there still the possibility of Clementine showing up in any of these finale movies that AMC is going to be doing for the wrap-up of the finale of The Walking Dead? With it being a different universe completely on the TV show versus what it is in the comic books, I don't think the spec really is there, but I do know how you collectors are, so I want to make sure that you guys, she is on 2 different covers, yes. Actually, technically, she's on 4 different covers. So there's the one, and then here's the C cover and the D cover, but then she's also going to be on your 10 copy incentive as well as the other 10 copy incentive. So it's 4 different covers, Clementine, but you know what? I gotta say, you guys are probably going for the Charlie Adler ones, just because I know how y'all Walking Dead fans roll, because my wife happens to be one. Stray Dogs #1 in its 4th printing. Stray Dogs #2 in its 3rd printing. And then Stray Dogs #3 in its 3rd printing. #4 in its 3rd printing. And that series is just phenomenal. So, shout out to Tony Flex and to Trish. You guys are killing it. And Batman 110 cover B, there's your Jock cardstock variant. And your 125 Federici cardstock variant. Batman, The Secret Files of the Signal. So look, you're going to get this one confused. It's a minimal trade dress versus the A cover with maximum trade dress. So yeah. And so the incentive variants, Mojo, they probably won't be available until until the stores get them in hand. I don't know how that works, but I would try to secure them ahead of time because they're probably going to be selling out fast if people still spec on that kind of stuff. So yeah, the Midsummer cover from Stray Dogs 3. Thanks for H&H Comics for that. Absolutely, we talked about that one on Drunken Chat. But Batman Urban Legends #5. So I gotta say, the Urban Legends is not giving you guys an easy break. Urban Legends #5 cover B, the Kirkham variant with Red Hood, and then Mimi Yoon giving us 2 different Cassandra Cain and Stephanie Brown, 2 other Batman or Batgirls. Now these were insane. Did you guys know about these? The Dark Knight's Death Metal soundtrack special editions. So the Death Metal #1 comes with a Rise Against Broken Dreams. The Death Metal 2 comes with Anything. #3 comes with Bad Luck. Then there is the exclusive set, I believe is a combined one that has them all. Check with your LCSs to see who got that. And if not, you're going to want to check with some record stores on that, because that's, I think, probably the only way to get it is directly through Lunar. The DC Horror Presents The Conjuring, #2. Here's your cover A by Bill Sienkiewicz. And your cover B. Jim Lee has one of these portfolio poster books. You guys know some of these posters out of some of these books sell for more than the poster book itself. What was it? The Middleton Batgirl poster was selling for like $90, and the book itself was like 20 or 30. So, not saying it's going to happen again with Jim Lee stuff, but might be a good one to hold on to, a copy or two. Nice House on the Lake, number 2 of 12. Now, there's your A cover, but there was no cover B art shown. So I'm just going to show you this Jenny Frisian Rorschach number 10. So here's another probable sleeper cover from, for you Jenny Frisian chasers, being that it's not on the beaten path. Suicide Squad, the Perel variant, giving us, Crime Syndicate, wicked stuff. Swamp Thing number 5, Brian Boland. All right, and nothing kills spec like taking a 3-month break in between books, right? So basically, everybody forget about that spec of America Chavez's sister? Because I sure did. But issue number 4 is finally coming out, and they're going to have 2 covers, so make sure you are down for those. Children of the Atom number 5 is going to be wrapping up its series with the Chang variant. Now, Diamond kind of did everybody dirty on this one because we don't know about all the incentives. Only the LCSs with a Diamond account can actually get in there and actually see what they look like. But Extreme Carnage Alpha number 1 is coming. This is going to put some emphasis on some other books. You guys have heard me talk about them previously on Wednesday Night Pressers in the past. Probably not any of the ones that are on this channel. And I think I've been wiped off the other place, so I don't even think any of my old episodes are up. Nonetheless, the incentives for some Spider-Man books that feature the first appearance of Agent Anti-Venom on the cover probably going to be on people's radar. I've been talking and giving you guys a heads up on those as much as I possibly can. Oh, Daughterman, Russell, you do great work every now and then. And I really, really do like your style. Here's where I would have done one thing a little bit differently. For one, I would have taken the Psylocke that happens to be on the very top right-hand side, the Ninja Quanon with the face mask and everything, and I would have put her where this left-hand Psylocke is, because that's the Quanon side, right? And then I would have taken the Captain Britain and put her where the old Psylocke is. But you know what? It's still cool. There's still 2 different versions of Psylocke, the Quanon body and the Betsy body. And it's a very complicated story, but I might have to transfer the spec matrix I did on Psylocke to my channel. So be on the lookout for that. Star Wars Bounty Hunters number 14. And then here's your Headshot variant. And here is your Lucasfilm 50th anniversary variant. Werewolf by Night number 32 has got this wonderful facsimile edition just in time. And I thought this was very clever. Man-Thing hiding as a tree, waiting to, pounce on the X-Force crew. And then, of course, you can't hear me be gassed up about X-Men right now and not share with you guys X-Men number 1. That'll be hitting in about 3 weeks. So we have Laura back in the role of Wolverine. We have Rogue back on the X-Men off the Excalibur team, obviously. Cyclops, Marvel Girl, Sync. But Polaris and Sunfire round out the team. I think this is a great X-Men team. And we'll actually see what happens. Now, they gave us 4 different Stormbreakers variants. So the first one has got Professor X and Jean Grey on it. Second one has Sync and Sunfire. The third one has Cyclops, Rogue, and Wolverine. And then the fourth one has Polaris. Now, of course, this is a throwback to X-Men number 1, but I don't think it's that great of a throwback to X-Men number 1. However, I got to give it up to Rob. Definitely one of my favorite designs on Wolverine. Him a little battle-tattered. Peach Momoko doing a great Sunfire, I got to admit. It definitely lacks a lot of the additional background stuff she's put on some of her previous works. But here's the incentives, everybody. And even with all of these store exclusives coming for this book, these incentives are all going to be out there. So these should be very attainable for a lot of you guys. X-Men number 1, the Diwali is your 1 in 25. Rian Gonzalez variant, also a 1 in 50 incentive. And there's also, and you guys know I hate store variants, but I love Rian Gonzalez's colors, and I think her art deserves appreciation. She did a store exclusive for Things from Another World. Limited to 2,500 copies, and it's an all-new, it's the Laura Wolverine version of this. So make sure you check that one out, but don't forget, they only guarantee a 7.5. So the Gleason, and here's what I was telling you guys, Patrick Gleason actually has amazing range, and here we have the Gleason variant, which is your 1 in 100. 1 in 100, everybody. So that's going to finish it. Don't forget to tune in on Sunday to the secret variant on this channel, hosted by your one, your only, your man right here, Ultra Maximus. And again, the next Wednesday night comic book presser will happen on the next comic book day. I do want to thank you all for watching. However, before we go, I want to give a special shout out to Wanted Comics. I got my order in today. So what this means, everybody, is I got something for you. And what is that? Oh, well, next week's giveaway. So onward and upward towards 1,000. Next week, we are going to be giving away this wonderful book, The Nice House on the Lake, number 1. So don't forget to tune in to the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser and find out how you can win a copy of this book. And until then, I thank you all for your subscriptions, for your likes, your shares. You guys are pushing me to give you the best live stream content I can give you. And of course, it's not easy doing this raw, off the cuff, unscripted. I don't have a script. I don't have an outline. I just get in front of the computer and talk comic books. And I hope you guys can see that sincerity in me. And this is the reason why I love that you guys are pushing me to do content. And I thank you for the compliments on the show. And I do appreciate you all, again, tuning in. Look forward to seeing you next week on how to win that comic. Don't forget to tune in. Make sure you go and check out the Ultra Box video. Don't forget to also check out some of the other videos I've done here. The Platinum list of hip-hop variants, which has all 147 of your books that you are probably chasing. Mojo called me a national treasure. Oh, see? This is the reason why I get dressed up with a tie. See, I appreciate you guys. No, but really, check out some of those other videos, and don't forget to like and share the Ultra Box video to get people on board. And I look forward to that notification from YouTube saying that, yes, you are now monetized, good sir. So then I can give away all this stuff, and I got some more stuff going in there. Geek Driven, what's up, my man? I know you're coming in at the end of the stream, but it's all good. Flynn's Ghost, I appreciate you, man. And again, I appreciate all you guys. Looking forward to some more comic book content. Mel just told me that he's not going to be around on Drunken Chat on Friday, so the Asylum is running the show, if you know what I mean. The inmates are running the Asylum, aka, and of course I'd be one of those inmates. I really appreciate you guys again for tuning in, and I will see you all on the next one.